Toxic and evil people don't just exist in fairy tales or movies. They are in workplaces, relationships, friendships, and even families. The key to their influence lies in control. They manipulate, deceive, and undermine others to maintain dominance over their environment. But here's the thing, their power only exists when people fail to recognize their tactics. The moment you identify their patterns, you weaken their grip. These individuals have an insatiable need to control. Why? Because control feeds their ego. They thrive on dictating how others feel, act, and respond. They use gaslighting to make you doubt your own reality, guilt tripping to keep you emotionally bound, and deception to shape narratives in their favor. Every interaction with them feels like a game where the rules are constantly shifting, and yet they always seem to come out on top. But only if you let them. One of the first and most damaging tactics of toxic people is emotional manipulation. They twist your words, turn your kindness into a weakness, and make you feel guilty for setting boundaries. You might find yourself justifying their behavior, telling yourself, maybe I'm overreacting, maybe I misunderstood. But that's exactly what they want. They create confusion, because when you are confused, you are easier to control. Then comes deception. Toxic and evil individuals rarely tell outright lies. They distort the truth. They omit key details, exaggerate situations, and craft a version of reality that serves their agenda. They create conflicts between people, sowing seeds of doubt so they can remain at the center of control. If you ever feel like you're constantly second-guessing yourself around someone, take it as a red flag. Healthy relationships don't make you feel like you're walking through a maze of half-truths and deception. Undermining others is another tactic they use to solidify their dominance. They downplay your achievements, subtly mock your ambitions, and make you feel like you're never quite good enough. If you have a great idea, they'll be the first to dismiss it, or worse, take credit for it later. They don't want you to rise, because the moment you do, you're no longer easy to control. The first step in breaking free from their grip is awareness. Pay attention to how you feel when interacting with someone. Do you constantly feel drained, anxious, or unsure of yourself? Do you find yourself explaining your actions to someone who never does the same? Do they dismiss your concerns and make you feel like the problem? These are all signs of manipulation. Once you recognize the patterns, you take back your power. You stop reacting the way they expect. You start setting boundaries they can't breach. You understand that their tactics are a reflection of their own insecurity, not your inadequacy. And most importantly, you stop seeking validation from people whose only goal is to control you. The truth is, toxic and evil people can't thrive where they have no power. The moment you refuse to play their game, you win. So take a step back, reclaim your energy, and remind yourself, your life is yours to control, not theirs. Boundaries are not just rules. They are your shield against toxic and manipulative people. Without clear limits, toxic individuals will slowly chip away at your confidence, drain your energy, and twist your reality to serve their own interests. They thrive on access to your time, your emotions, and your mind. The more access you give them, the more power they have over you. That's why setting strong, unwavering boundaries is not just important, it's essential. Toxic people do not respect limits by nature. They push, they test, and they manipulate to see how much they can get away with. If you say no today, but give in tomorrow, they learn that your boundaries are flexible, and for them, that is an open invitation to keep taking advantage of you. The truth is, a boundary that bends under pressure is no boundary at all. If you want to take back control of your life, your boundaries must be non-negotiable. A boundary is not just about saying no, it's about reinforcing it with action. Imagine someone repeatedly violating your personal space. You tell them to stop, but they laugh and do it again. If you continue tolerating their behavior, you are teaching them that your words don't have consequences. But if you walk away, refuse to engage, or even cut them off completely, you are sending a message. I will not allow this behavior in my life. Boundaries are not about controlling others. They are about controlling what you will and will not tolerate. Another important aspect of boundaries is emotional protection. Toxic people love to manipulate emotions. They use guilt, shame, and obligation to keep you under their influence. They might say things like, after everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me, or if you really cared, you'd make time for me. These are nothing more than tactics to make you feel bad for prioritizing yourself. But here's the truth. You do not owe anyone unlimited access to your time and energy. Protecting your peace is not selfish, it's necessary. Boundaries also apply to your mental space. Toxic individuals will twist reality to fit their narrative. They will gaslight you, making you question your own experiences. They will tell you that your feelings are invalid, that you're being too sensitive, or that you're imagining things. When you have strong boundaries, you don't engage in these mind games. You stand firm in your truth. You refuse to argue over things you know to be real. But setting boundaries isn't always easy. People who are used to controlling you will resist. They will push back harder, testing whether you really mean it. They might call you selfish, difficult, or even cruel. That's because they are losing control, and control is what they crave the most. Expect resistance, but do not back down. The beauty of boundaries is that they don't just protect you from toxic people, they also attract the right ones. When you set high standards, only those who respect you will stay. The people who truly value you will honor your limits, not fight against them. At the end of the day, boundaries are a reflection of your self-worth. The stronger they are, the more you send a clear message to the world: I know my value, and I will not accept anything less than respect. Silence is often misunderstood. People assume that power comes from loudness, from confrontation, from standing your ground in a verbal battle. But in reality, silence can be far more powerful than words, especially when dealing with toxic people. Toxic individuals feed on reactions. They want you to engage, to explain, to defend yourself. The moment you react, you give them exactly what they crave: control over your emotions. But when you refuse to engage, when you let your silence speak louder than words, you strip them of their power. Toxic people thrive on conflict. They instigate arguments, twist conversations, and provoke emotional responses. They manipulate situations to make you feel like you have to justify yourself, to prove your worth, or to explain your decisions. But the truth is, you owe them nothing. Your silence is not weakness. It is a deliberate act of self-control. It tells them, I am not playing your game. I am not giving you the reaction you want. When you stop responding to manipulation, you disrupt their cycle of control. Toxic people expect certain reactions. They expect anger, frustration, or even guilt. They expect you to argue back, to defend yourself, or to fall into their trap of endless explanations. But when you say nothing, when you walk away, when you remain calm in the face of their chaos, they are left with nothing to hold on to. Their power over you begins to crumble. Silence is also a form of boundary setting. It tells people that you will not waste energy on unnecessary drama. You do not need to engage in every argument, every attempt at manipulation, or every guilt trip. You are choosing peace over chaos. And that, in itself, is a statement. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that they need to have the last word. But toxic people do not argue to understand, they argue to dominate. No explanation will ever be enough. No response will ever satisfy them, because their goal is not resolution, it is control. The best response? No response at all. But let's be clear, silence does not mean submission. It does not mean you tolerate bad behavior. It means you refuse to entertain it. It means you recognize that some battles are not worth fighting, that your peace is more valuable than proving a point to someone who will never listen. Some people will try to bait you into speaking. They will escalate their behavior, push your buttons, or even insult you just to get a reaction. That is when silence becomes even more powerful. The moment you show them that their words have no effect on you, they realize they have lost control. Silence is not just a reaction. It is a strategy. It is a way of reclaiming your power, protecting your energy, and refusing to let toxic individuals dictate your emotions. So the next time someone tries to drag you into their chaos, remember this: you do not have to attend every argument you are invited to. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing at all. Success isn't just about avoiding toxic influences. It's about actively choosing relationships that uplift and inspire you. The people you surround yourself with shape your mindset, your energy, and ultimately your destiny. If you want to grow, you need to be intentional about who has access to your time, your emotions, and your life. We often underestimate the power of influence. The people around you impact how you think, how you act, and even how you see yourself. Have you ever noticed how spending time with negative, cynical people makes you feel drained? They complain, they blame, and they find problems in every solution. Without realizing it, their mindset starts to creep into yours. Their doubts become your doubts. Their limitations become your limitations. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with people who challenge you to be better, who believe in your potential, and who push you to rise higher, everything changes. You start to think bigger, you start to believe in yourself, you start to realize that success isn't just about talent or luck, it's about choosing the right environment. The truth is, you become like the people you spend the most time with. If you are constantly around complainers, you will find yourself complaining. If you are around dreamers and action takers, you will start dreaming bigger and taking more action. That's why you must be ruthless about who stays in your circle. But here's the hard part. Sometimes the people you need to distance yourself from are the ones closest to you. It could be a friend who always doubts your ideas, a family member who constantly criticizes you, or a coworker who drains your energy with negativity. It's not about hating them or cutting them off completely. It's about limiting their influence over your mindset. You need to be around people who celebrate your wins, who encourage your growth, and who hold you accountable to your highest potential. The best relationships are not just about comfort, they are about growth. A true friend is someone who tells you the truth even when it's hard to hear. A real mentor pushes you beyond your excuses. The right people don't let you stay small. They remind you of who you are capable of becoming. So take a look at your circle. Ask yourself, are these people pushing me forward or holding me back? Do they bring me energy or drain it? Do they inspire me or discourage me? The answers to these questions will tell you everything you need to know. Building the right circle takes effort. Sometimes it means letting go of relationships that no longer serve you. Other times it means seeking out new connections, mentors, friends, or communities that align with your vision. But remember, the quality of your relationships will determine the quality of your life. You were never meant to do life alone. Success is not just about avoiding the wrong people, it's about intentionally choosing the right ones, because when you surround yourself with people who believe in you, challenge you, and push you to be better, there is no limit to what you can achieve. One of the hardest truths to accept in life is that you can't save everyone. No matter how much you care, no matter how much effort you put in, not everyone will change. And that's okay. It's not your job to fix people. It's not your responsibility to carry the weight of someone else's choices. We often hold onto the hope that if we love someone enough, if we guide them enough, or if we show them a better way, they will eventually change. But some people are not looking for growth. They are not interested in self-improvement. They are comfortable in their negativity, their toxicity, and their own cycles of self-destruction. The truth is, people only change when they decide to. You can inspire, you can encourage, but you cannot force someone to become something they are not ready to be. No amount of patience, love, or effort can save someone who doesn't want to be saved. And if you keep trying, all that happens is you end up drained, frustrated, and emotionally exhausted. Think about it. How many times have you given chances to someone, hoping they would finally see their potential? How many times have you poured your energy into helping someone only to watch them fall back into the same patterns? There comes a point where you must accept that your energy is better spent elsewhere. Your time and effort should go to people who reciprocate respect and growth, to those who appreciate your presence in their life, who listen, who apply wisdom, who take action. There is nothing more fulfilling than investing in people who truly want to grow, who take what you offer and turn it into something meaningful. That doesn't mean you should be heartless. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you set boundaries. It means you recognize when your efforts are no longer making a difference and when it's time to step back. Letting go of people who refuse to grow is not abandonment. It is self-respect. You are not leaving them behind. They are choosing to stay where they are. You cannot force someone to see their own worth. You cannot want growth for someone more than they want it for themselves. And here's the thing, when you stop trying to save the wrong people, you make space for the right ones. You free yourself to focus on relationships that are healthy, uplifting, and built on mutual respect. You allow yourself to grow without being weighed down by those who refuse to do the same. At the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, is this person helping me become better, or are they holding me back? Am I spending my energy in a way that brings fulfillment, or am I just pouring into an empty cup? Your energy is valuable, your time is precious. Choose to invest it in people who are willing to meet you halfway, because the right people don't need to be saved. They just need to be supported as they walk their own path toward growth. Revenge is often associated with retaliation, getting even, proving a point, or making someone feel the pain they caused you. But the truth is, the best way to crush toxic and evil individuals isn't through conflict, it's through your success. When you rise above, when you become untouchable through personal growth and achievement, you render them powerless. Toxic people thrive on drama. They want to see you broken, struggling, reacting to their manipulations. They feed off your anger, your frustration, your need for closure. The more time and energy you spend trying to prove them wrong, the more you are still trapped in their influence. But when you shift your focus from them to yourself, you take away their power. The best revenge isn't in words or retaliation, it's in results. Imagine someone who doubted you, belittled you, or tried to tear you down. Now, imagine yourself rising above it, building a life so strong, so fulfilling, that their words and actions no longer matter. That is real power. Toxic and evil people expect you to stay small. They want you to waste time arguing, proving yourself, and seeking validation. But the moment you redirect your energy toward growth, you break free from their grip. Success means different things to different people. For some, it's career advancement. For others, it's financial freedom, emotional healing, or personal fulfillment. Whatever success looks like for you, make it your focus. The key is to channel your pain into progress. Use the negativity they tried to trap you in as fuel for your transformation. Let their doubt become your motivation. Let their attempts to bring you down become the very reason you rise higher. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, every time you invest in your future instead of dwelling on the past, you are winning. Success is not just about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. It's about becoming so focused on your goals, so dedicated to your purpose, that their existence becomes irrelevant. Because when you are thriving, their opinions lose meaning. Their negativity bounces off you because you are too busy winning. But here's the most powerful part. When you succeed, you inspire others. You become living proof that no matter what obstacles, betrayals, or toxic influences you face, you can overcome them. Your success becomes a statement not just to those who doubted you, but to anyone who has ever felt trapped by the opinions of others. And the best part, success isn't just about external achievements, it's about inner peace. When you no longer feel the need to fight back, when you can look at toxic people and feel nothing but indifference, you have truly won. They no longer control your emotions. They no longer dictate your actions. You are free. So let them talk, let them doubt, let them do everything in their power to bring you down. Then rise so high that they have no choice but to watch from below. Because in the end, the greatest revenge is living a life so successful, so fulfilling, that they become nothing more than a distant memory. At the end of the day, toxic and evil people only have as much power as you allow them to have. The key to defeating them isn't through arguments, retaliation, or trying to change them. It's through protecting your peace, setting boundaries, and focusing on your own growth. Recognizing their tactics is the first step. Once you see their games, they lose their grip on you. Setting strong boundaries ensures that they can no longer drain your energy or twist your reality. Refusing to engage strips them of their power, while surrounding yourself with the right people strengthens your foundation. Accepting that you can't save everyone frees you from unnecessary emotional burdens. And above all, focusing on your success, becoming so strong, so fulfilled, and so untouchable makes them completely irrelevant. Your time and energy are valuable. Do not waste them on those who seek to destroy you. Instead, invest them in becoming the best version of yourself. That is how you win. That is how you rise above. That is how you truly crush toxic and evil individuals, by refusing to play their game and building a life so powerful that they become nothing more than a footnote in your journey. Thank you for your time, your energy, and your commitment to growth. Keep moving forward and never let the negativity of others stand in the way of your greatness.